Hi, welcome to Beginner Mat Pilates. Now, as you know, Pilates is all about using our breath. Hi, welcome to Beginner Mat Pilates. And as you know, Pilates is all about using your breath. It's about finding some strength. We're also going to be stretching, using our flexibility and finding our balance through our bodies. So the first thing we're going to do is just make sure our posture is right. So bring those feet together. We're going to take our feet into a V, and then we're going to parallel them, straighten them back out, and that is your foot lying in a hip width apart position. Make sure that those hips, knees and ankles are all stacked, pulling in your core towards your spine, lifting up as if you've got this lovely invisible line going up through your crown, out to the top of your head, pulling yourself nice and tall. Shoulders are up and back, making sure that we're not really flaring our ribs, and just making sure our chins are parallel to the floor. We're going to just do 3 lovely deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, just to calm ourselves and get ourselves ready. Are you ready? 5, 6, off we go. So deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Lovely. Through the workouts, we're going to be using our breath just to balance and stabilise ourselves, and I'll talk you through that as we go. And we're also going to think about engaging our core, and what we need to do is just think about pulling that tummy towards your spine, so engaging it through. Alright, let's just start by just shrugging our shoulders and getting some movement going through our body. So take your shoulders up towards your ears, hold it there, and then just shrug your arms away. Let's do that again. So lifting up, deep breath in, and shrug away. Good. Deep breath in, and shrug away. Last one. Deep breath in, and shrug away. Good. Alright. What I want you to do now is I just want you to do a really nice side bend. Pretend you've got a pane of glass in front and behind you, so keeping yourselves nice and upright. I want you to just bend down through your waist, reaching down towards the side, and then coming up. So you're inhaling here, exhaling as you go down. So breathing out, breathing in. Let's do that again. Breathing out, breathing in. Lovely. And again, breathing out, breathing in. This time we're going to add an arm. So reaching up with your arm, reach, 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 and then inhale, return. So exhale, reaching up, reach, 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 and inhale, return. Alright, we're going to do 2 more of these. So reaching up, keeping your body nice and tall. You're going over to the side, try not to lean forwards or backwards, and the other side. Nice flow motion. Good. And come back down. Now this time we're going to take our arm up, and then you're going to reach over, and I want you to just rotate through. Bring your arm down, and then we're going to windmill down to the floor, bringing your hands down and just holding it there. Don't stretch back through those knees, soften those knees, hold it there, and just let your arms flop. And then I want you to take a lovely deep breath in, and then exhale, coming up 1 vertebra at a time, chin coming in towards your chest, shoulders are down, and then you're lifting your chest up, then your head up. Good, let's do that again. So we're reaching up and over. Reaching over, we're going to rotate through, taking your arm down and around, taking our hands down towards the floor. Just let them fall and just loll. Soften those knees, don't press back into them, overextending them. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, coming up. Chin in towards your chest, and up we go. Lovely. Let's do that again in a nice flow motion. Over. Exhale as you go down. Down to the bottom, take a deep breath in, exhale, coming up. Lovely, last time, up and over, turn to the side, down and around. Lovely, holding it there, deep breath in, and then exhale, coming up. Good, you can do this with bent legs, it's absolutely fine. Just a chance to really start moving through our bodies. Fantastic, let's roll those shoulders back. 4 of these, take some lovely deep breaths. Good. Alright, we're going to do a little squat from here. So what I want you to do, I'm going to show you, keep your legs where they are, so they're quite narrow, and you're going to hold your hands in front of you here, and we're just going to press our bottoms back. Now you can go down as low as you feel comfortable, and then squeezing up. Just pushing those hips forward at the top, and then we're going to press our bottoms backwards, as if you're sitting down into a chair, bringing yourselves up. We're going to do 2 more of these, just opening up our hips, getting ourselves warmed up. Lovely, last one, and up, lovely. Now I'm just going to stand onto my mat. If you want to stand onto your mat too, if you're not already on it. Make sure you reposition yourself, making sure that your weight is bearing through your feet nice and evenly. Those legs are hip width apart, tummies are pulled in, pulling up nice and tall. We're going to do a roll down, which is a really lovely way for us to really elongate through our spine and get those little muscles and joints working. So I want you to just think about bringing your shoulders forward. You're going to tip your chin to your chest. You're going to be from your sternum, you're rolling down. You're not sticking your bottom out, you're rolling down through, shoulders down, and you're exhaling as you go. Just soften those knees. You can do this with a bent knee, but as long as you're not pressing back, just hold it there. Enjoy that stretch through your spine. Take a lovely deep breath in, and we're just going to roll up 1 vertebra at a time, pulling that tummy up towards your spine, keeping those shoulders down. Chin is going to come up last, and then you're going to look forwards horizontally. Let's do that again. So deep breath in, shoulders roll forwards. You're tucking in from your sternum, going down, lowering yourself down 1 vertebra at a time. See if you can go a little bit further this time. Soften those knees so that they're not pressing back too far and overextending. You can bend them properly if you want to, like this, or keep them where you feel comfortable. Then you're going to come up 1 vertebra at a time, breathing out as you go. Keeping those shoulders down, tummies pulled in, looking up. Excellent, 1 more of these. So round. Let's take ourselves down towards the floor. See how far you can go. Really enjoy this stretch through that spine, making sure that you're taking a lovely deep breath in at the bottom, and then on the exhale you're coming up. We're working through every vertebra, using that synovial fluid to really make sure that everything's starting to move. This time we're going to do the roll down, and we're going to take ourselves down onto the floor. So you're going to take yourselves down, bend those knees, and then walk your hands forwards, and so that you're in a kneeling position. Alright, so our first proper move that we're going to do will be on all fours. We're going to do a wag the tail. So we're going to start with our right side. So as you can see, my hip is in line with my knee, and that my shoulder is in line with my wrist. I want you to really have a look at your positioning. Make sure that your shoulder and your wrist are in alignment, that they're not outside, they're not inside, they're just in a nice straight line on both sides. You have this really nice even positioning, and that you're looking at your knees and that your legs are nicely positioned hip width apart, okay? Spread those fingers, make sure that centre finger is pointing away from you, and what I want you to do is I want you to take your leg backwards. So we're going to take it back, and we're going to take it up to hip height. We're going to wag the tail, and what that means is we're going to take the leg out to the side slightly, and then slowly we're going to rotate it through. You're going to look across the other shoulder, and you're going to look at that toe, and then you're going to come back to centre, and then we're going to do the same again. We're going to do 4 of these. So you're looking over that toe, over that shoulder, and around. Now you're pulling up through your core. You're looking over your shoulder each time it goes around. Now you can do this in your own time. You can follow me. You can just make sure you've got your positioning so that you're really balanced. Tummy is pulled in. Make sure you're breathing out. Shh. Breathing in. Nice and controlled all the way through. Excellent. Take your leg back to centre. We're going to take it back around. We're going to take it to 90 degrees. We're going to pop that foot onto the floor. What I want you to do now is really think about pulling up through that tummy. Your head is extending through and your tailbone is going away. And what we're going to do is we're going to just push back with a flat back. We're pressing backwards so that we can really feel the inner thigh stretch. So you're taking yourself back, and then you're going to bring yourself forward. So you're going to keep yourself in a nice straight line. You're not arching and you're not dipping back. You're pressing that bottom backwards, flat back, going back, as far as it feels comfortable for you, so that you can really feel that stretch in that inner thigh, and then you're coming forwards. So you're looking down at the floor, we're going back again, breathing out, shh, stretching forwards. There we go, and come back up. We've got one more to go. Pressing back. Good. And coming forwards. Really good. Okay, we're going to thread the needle now. So I want you to take this arm that's on the extended leg arm, and we're going to bend the one that's standing. So just bend it slightly. You're going to take your arm from here. You're going to thread through your fingers and your arm, through that gap, reaching as far around as you can, and then you're going to come back, and we're going to reach up to the ceiling. So we're keeping everything balanced. We're going to do this with a nice flow motion, reaching through. You're going to feel that stretch in your leg as well as through your spine. Keep that tummy pulled in. We're going to go again. Soften that elbow. See how far you can reach through that hole. Coming back up. Looking up at your arm. Reaching towards the ceiling. We've got one more to go on this side. Reach it down. And then take it all the way back up. Good. Hand comes down to the floor. Well done. We're going to take that leg up and around to the back, and then we're going to tuck our toe underneath and lay it onto the floor. So now you're in a really nice alignment. Tummy is pulled in, flatten that back. What we're going to do is we're going to lift our knee and lower it. Okay, so when you're lifting and lowering, opening out your shoulders, pressing those arms into the floor. 5, 6, off we go. So we're lifting and lowering, engaging that core. Don't drop your knee down. So up, and then slowly lower it down with control. Try and balance and stabilize through your pelvis, through your shoulders, making sure everything else is really still. So you're engaging that core. Lift and lower. So you're breathing out as you lift and lower. We're going to do 6 of these, so 2 more. So lift and lower. Another one. Lift and lower. Excellent. Bring that knee in. We're going to go into child's pose. So coming back, taking the weight off our wrists, reaching forwards. Take a lovely deep breath in and out. Good. Coming back to center. Now then, we're going to reposition ourselves. Make sure that those wrists are under those shoulders. Make sure that your knees are underneath your hips. We're going to take our left leg back. We're going to raise it. We're going to take it out to the side, and you're going to look over your shoulder each time. Now one side may feel more able and more capable than the other, and that's because we always have one side that's more dominant. So the idea is to try and find your balance. Keep everything as stable as you can. Reaching away with that toe, reaching away with your head, looking over your shoulder. You've got this. We've got 2 more to go. So this is our 3rd one. Good. Control. This is our 4th one. Nice and controlled. Good. Taking your leg out to the side and then down onto the floor like we did before. So it's 90 degrees to your body. So we're going to do what we did before. We're going to press back with our hips. So we're going to be keeping our head facing forwards. We're taking our tailbone. We're taking our tailbones back. So we're dropping our bottoms backwards. Our hips are going backwards, leading with that tailbone, coming back, and then leaning forwards. You're going to feel it in your standing leg. You're going to feel it in that inner thigh. So you're pressing away, looking forwards, keeping everything as still as you can, and then reaching forwards again. Good. And back we go. Keep that bottom going backwards. Think about that tailbone. And then coming back up. Good. One more. Pressing it back. And up centre. Good. Well done. What we're going to do is we're going to take the arm that's with our straight leg. We're going to take that arm. We're going to bend this elbow here and then thread it through. Taking it up to the ceiling, looking up at your hand in the ceiling. So we're threading the needle through. Deep breath. Lovely. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come down. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Taking it up. Reach up here. It's a lovely stretch. Fantastic for your spine. Great, keep that core engaged, pull that tummy in. Try and do it with a lovely flow motion, nice and smoothly. Keep everything controlled. We've got one more to go. Good, taking it up. And then hand back to the floor. Excellent. Let's lift that leg up. Take it back around to the back. Tuck that toe under. And we're going to do our lift and lower with our knee. 5, 6, off we go. So lift and lower. So breathing out, shh, and lower. Breathing out, shh, inhale down. This is 4. So you're looking forward. 5, 6. This is our last one. Excellent. Bring that knee in. Let's go back into child's pose. Well done. Ease off those wrists. Rotate your wrists around. Excellent. All right. Just really enjoy a stretch out. Take a lovely deep breath in and out. Shh. Okay. Coming up, we're going to actually go into a seated position. So we're going to sit onto our bottoms. Now then, if you need to have a block, you can actually put one under your bottom. It all depends on how flexible you feel. So I'm just going to show you. We're going to go into a saw with our legs out. Now if this feels uncomfortable, you can bend your knees. And if you want to, you can sit on a little block or a cushion, which will raise you. And the reason why you sometimes need to bend your knees is you might have tight hamstrings. So if this feels all right, that's great. That's how we're going to be positioned. So I'm going to sit this way so that I can actually look over towards you as well. So you're sitting nice and tall. I want you to just see that my tailbone is sitting nice and comfortably on the floor. Sometimes a lot of people like to pull out their bottom cheeks to give themselves that stability. Make sure your tummy is pulled in and you'll reach up tall. Think about that posture, those shoulders are back. All right, we're going to start off by doing a prayer. And in fact, I'm going to just come round to the front so you can see me doing this one to begin with. Now, as I say, if you want to bend those knees, you can. So we're going to keep ourselves, we're really literally going to be moving from our waist upwards. I want everything else to be really stable otherwise. So hands on your chest. Just imagine you've got an invisible line between your chin and your fingers. And we're going to take a lovely deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to just rotate. And you can't rotate very far. Exhale. And then inhale, return. Keeping those shoulders down. Let's do the other side. So exhale out. Inhale, return. Let's do another 2. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So let's take our arms out to the side. You can take your palms to the ceiling. We're going to actually rotate. And everything below your waist is still. So you can't move. And you are really working through that core, working through your spine. 2 more. It's ever so good. Keeping those arms in your peripheral vision. Good. Last one. Fantastic. All right. We're going to actually now take your hands forwards. We're going to turn. And now we're going to actually reach over. Our little fingers are going on the outside of your little toe. And you're going to reach and you're going to soar. 2, 3. Coming up. Center it. Alright, so you're going to rotate, you're going to centre, you're going to 1, 2, 3, coming up. I'm actually going to go to the side so you can see me from the side as well. So you're going to rotate, go forward, 1, 2, 3, making sure your bottom stays on the floor of the rotating side. So you may have the urge to lift your bottom cheek, try not to, and you're soaring a little bit, so you're easing forwards and then coming up. We've got 2 more to go. So this is a really good exercise. Looking over your shoulder as you do this. Coming around, so you're looking over your shoulder, reaching forwards, 2, 3, and coming up. Back to centre, arms come down. Soften those knees and bringing them in towards you. Good. All right. So we're going to have a go at trying to roll like a ball. Now, rolling like a ball can be a little bit tricky, but it's very, very good for your spine. We've done that lovely roll down, and we've actually managed to already massage our spine, but this does another version of it as well. So put your hands underneath your legs. Now the way we're going to do it is we're going to take ourselves from here, and you're going to have to just shuffle so that you can feel comfortable. And we're going to go and roll back, and then we're going to come up to a seated position. Now then, This can sometimes feel quite wobbly. What I'd like you to do is try to do 6 of these. So you're keeping your toes up. If you need to come back and put the toes on the floor to give yourself balance, try not to throw your legs too much. Try and keep them tucked in, and you're tucking your chin into your chest. So I've just done 3. So just do what you can. Keep that positioning lovely. Really go off your tailbone, keeping everything scooped in a C curve. So back and up, keeping everything tucked in. We've got one more to go. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And hold it there. Well done. It takes a little bit of practice sometimes to get the balance and to stop you from rocking around or from over propelling yourself. So keeping those legs in as well. So it's something to practice at home when you get a chance to as well. Alright, so we're actually going to be going into a roll back now. So there are a few versions of this. I'm just going to show you. You can either hold on to the backs of your legs and you're basically coming off your tailbone and you're going to be going down into that scoop C curve, tummy to floor, and then you're going to come up, keeping your shoulders down, okay? So you can actually just lower yourself down, keeping your feet pressed into the floor. If your feet come off the floor, you've gone back too far. So that's the first level. Second level is obviously keeping your arms down here, as if you've got a parcel in your hands, and coming up. And then the other version is to come down, and then you're going to be reaching up tall. Alright, choose the one that works for you. Make sure that those feet are pressing into the floor. You're really pulling your tummy into your spine. 5, 6, off we go. So taking yourself down, and then coming up, reaching tall if you can. If not, hold on to the backs of those legs. Good, breathing out, shh. Breathing in. That's 2. We're going to do 6 of these. Keeping that chin tucked in so that it's nice and close to your chest. So you keep everything really smooth, keeping the legs exactly the same, trying not to wobble them in and out. Really think, it's all about precision with Pilates, so just think about keeping everything as still and as flowing as you can, all with control, and you're using your muscles properly. Now this is actually number 6. There we go, great. Now if you need to do a few more, you're doing them slower than me, then please just keep going and then we'll catch up with each other. Excellent. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to go from here now and we're going to do a roll back and then we're going to rotate, rotate, centre, pull up. Now then, we've obviously activated our core already, so you will feel it. Go back as far as you can, but just go back just gently. You don't have to go too far back before you do your rotation, and you're going to feel it in this lower core area. When you go out, I want you to exhale down, and then do the rotation, inhale, return. Holding onto those hands, are you ready? 5, 6, off we go. So we're going to roll back, rotate, rotate. Use your elbow to bring yourself around and then centre yourself up. Good, so roll back into that C curve. Round, round, centre and up. Keeping your legs really still. Pushing those heels into the floor. Back, breathing out, centre and up. Last one. Round, round, centre and up. Excellent. Right then, we're going to do a roll back all the way to the floor. So you have 2 ways of doing this. You can do this with a bent leg or a straight leg. I'm just going to show you with a straight leg. So if you straighten your legs out, you can do this as you know with a bent leg. So you're going to take yourself from here and we're going to just go into that scoop. We're C-curving our backs. Tummies are pulling into the floor, holding ourselves really nice and controlled. Legs are squeezing together, coming through, arms go over the head. So take a lovely deep breath in here. As you're coming up, exhale through. We're going to really press down with our heels, making sure keep our chin to our chest, pushing forwards. Now, you can, if you want to, do this with a bent leg to get yourself in so that your body starts knowing the pattern. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you go down, and you're really having to make sure that you're engaging your core. Exhale as you come up, nice flow motion through. You've got this. Nice and controlled, breathing out, breathing in, good, and again, so coming up, and through. We're going to do one more of these, down, lovely, Kick your hands down by your sides. Well done. We're going to bend our legs. Good. Alright, we're going to try doing a hip circle now. You have two options with this. You can either do it with a bent leg, and we're going to do little circles around. And if you do it with a bent leg, I want everything to be pressing on your standing leg into the floor so that you can really stabilise through our pelvis and through that standing leg. If you feel that you're strong enough, you're going to also be bracing the floor with a lovely straight arm, but pressing into it as well to really stabilise through our chest as well, and then through our scapula. So the other way you can do it is with a straight leg up, and you can take this around as well. If you feel more advanced, you can take your leg down, and then you can take it around in a slightly bigger circle. Alright, I would like you to find your position. So 5, 6, off we go. So we're going to do 5 circles, clockwise, taking up, then out and around and up. Breathe. Exhale. Exhale. Good. So this is 4, 5. We're going the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg. Put that leg to the floor. Reach the other one up. Again, you can do this with a bent leg if you want to. Keep this one bent if you want to. If your hamstrings are tight, putting your leg down, that's why it can be quite difficult, so keep that leg bent. This one, if you can keep this straight, let's do this again. Pointing that toe up to the ceiling. 5, 6, off we go. So circle around. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 4, don't hold your breath. 5, let's do the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Bend that leg, bend the other leg, bring them in. Give yourselves a little bit of a hug. Excellent, good job. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to take one leg down to the floor. We're going to do a leg pull. So the leg pull we're going to do is you're going to extend one leg, you're going to hold the outer part of your calf and the inner part of your, just under your knee, and we're going to pull, pull, and then we're going to change to pull, pull. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that your shoulders are off the floor. Make sure you pretend you've got this invisible apple or orange underneath your chin, and keeping your tummy down to the floor. So are you ready? 5, 6, off we go. So we're going to extend, pull, pull, and then the other leg. Pull, pull. Extend, pull, pull. Good. And again, so pulling in, pull, pull. Excellent. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. 2 more. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Excellent. Bring those knees in. Give yourself a moment. Head to the floor. We're going to do it with a straight leg this time. Okay, so we're going to extend one leg up, one leg down. We're going to pull, pull, change over. Pull, pull. Again. Change over. Change over. Good. Take it to where it's comfortable. Lovely. Breathe. One more. Lovely. Bring those knees into you. That's fantastic. Have a little bit of a rock. And that's great. We're going to put our feet down to the floor. We're going to put our hands down for a moment. Alright, we're actually going to do a dead bug. And there's two or three different levels. I'm going to show you those levels to begin with. Alright, so we're going to take our feet up to tabletop. So just keep them in a nice position. And our hands are down by our sides. So the easier option is you're going to be pressing away with your leg high. That is the easiest option. Your arms are down by your side, your core is engaged, you're pressing your tummy to the floor, so you're imprinting your spine, and you're going to keep that engaged. So the lower your leg goes, the harder it is. So you can find how you are with your positioning. High is easier, lower is harder. But put your hands on the floor and you can get your stability that way and keep it as smooth as you can. If that feels too easy when you get to this point here, if this feels too easy for you, then put your arms up as if you've got a parcel between your arms and that they are shoulder width difference. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your opposite arm and your opposite leg away, and then you're going to bring it in. And what I want you to try and do is make sure that there's no movement, that you're balanced really, really safely and securely on the floor. There's no wobbling. If you wobble, take your arms back down to the floor, and then that's where we go. Alright, so I'm hoping that you can join in with me. 5, 6, off we go. So arms down to the floor if you need to, and you can just position your legs. Remember, the higher your leg is, the easier. So find yourself a way that you can progress the moves so that each time you do a workout, you can think, right, I'm actually going to do it slightly more intense this time, so that your body starts to respond and get stronger. We've got one more to go. This is our last one. Excellent. Bring those knees in. Good. A little bit of a rock. Okay, so I want you to just put your feet to the floor. Lovely. All right, we're actually going to keep our feet fairly close. If you bring them in so that you can touch them with your fingers, that's great. So we're going to actually do some ankle touches, and it's going to rotate through our spine and through our obliques, and we're going to really be working the side parts of our muscles of our tummies. And the way we're going to do that is, if you find that lifting your head up and holding it here is difficult, then what I want you to do is I want you to put one hand behind your head, and I want you to do, we're going to do 8 on one side, and then we're going to change over, we're going to do 8 on the other. Keeping your elbow backwards, okay? So let's choose the right side. 5, 6, off we go. So we're going to rotate and go forward towards our ankle. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy's in, 6, 7, and breathe, 8, good. Take yourself back down, change your hand over. We're going to go to the other side. So coming up, shoulders are up, chin is evenly positioned, 5, 6, off we go. So around, 2. So I'm not yanking at my head, everything is really stable. It's a very small move, but you can feel yourself and your side of your waist working. This is 6, 7, keeping your legs still, 8, and bring your head down and relax. Good. Alright, take both hands, place them behind your head. You're going to cup your fingers together like this, scoop them so that your head can actually weigh into your hands, so your hands can actually hold the weight of your head. Your elbows are going to be out in your peripheral line of vision. We are going to do some crunches, but I want you to first of all pelvic tilt up so that there's no gap between your spine and the floor. Okay, so pelvic tilting up so that you've got your hips are lifting up so that your spine is on the floor and that your tummy is tucked in. Hands are behind your head, and you're going to bring your head up slightly off the floor, and we're going to go from here, we're going to come forwards, and we're going to go backwards, just lifting and lowering your shoulders. Now your chin is exactly the same position here as it is here. Alright, we're going to do 8 of these, 5, 6, off we go. So breathing out, shh, and in. Breathing out, shh, and in. Now you're pushing down with your feet to the floor. You're keeping your legs really still. We're just really engaging our core. This is 5. This is 6, breathe. This is 7. This is 8. Excellent. Come down, bring your knees in. Great stuff. That's really good. We've only got a couple more moves to go, and then you'll be done. So we're going to put our feet on the floor. That's pelvic tilt that you just did. We're going to start doing a pelvic tilt into a bridge. So we're going to do 8 bridges with a pelvic tilt. So I'm just going to show you. So you're going to be pressing your spine, your core, should I say, your tummy down towards the floor. Your spine then imprints in the floor before you lift up, squeezing up into a bridge. And then you're going to come down 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping that pelvic tilt in place until you come down and then lower it down. Alright, so we're pelvic tilting up, breathing out as you go up. Shh. Legs are nice and still. And then you're coming down 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping that pelvic tilt in place until you come down to the floor. Good, relax it down, then we're going to pelvic tilt. squeezing up, tummy down to the floor, lifting, 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 squeezing those glutes, taking yourself down, one vertebrae at a time with control, and then release that pelvic tilt at the bottom. Breathing out, take your pelvic tilt up, squeeze, 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 and then down we go. Keeping everything stable, really controlled. You're controlling through your core, you're controlling through your glutes. Keeping those legs really still, evenly spread at hip width apart. Lifting, lifting, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze down, one vertebrae at a time. Making sure you're breathing. Good, and again, so lifting up, squeezing up. We're doing this with a nice flow motion. One vertebrae at a time coming down, pelvic tilt down last. Excellent, we've got 2 more to go. Squeezing up, breathing out. Shh. Breathing in as you're coming back down. Pelvic tilt down last. 1 more to go. Good, squeezing and lowering. Here we go. Lovely. Excellent, well done. Knees come in. And just ease through that spine. And then back down. Good. We're coming into a seated position so that we can turn over onto our tummies. It's really important that we go into a back extension as well, so that you have a full range of motion through your spine. When we are on our tummies, what I want you to do is I want you just to think there's this pelvic bit of your pelvis that actually sticks out, your pubic bone. This needs to be pressed into the floor, as do your hip flexors as well. So you're pressing your hip bones and your pelvic bone into the floor. So what that does is it stops you from arching your back and your bottom sticking out like this. You're pressing it into the floor, squeezing those glutes so that you can make sure that you can really engage in that lower point. We're going to start off with just doing a lift with our heads and our necks. So the easiest option is having your hands down by your head, and you're going to be just raising up. Your head is always going to be facing down to the floor, so your forehead is always looking at the floor. So you're breathing out, shh, breathing in. Now what I want you to do at the same time, if you can, with all of those things, is to actually engage your tummy. So if you pop your hand under your tummy, I want you to just think about lifting your tummy away from your hand. Now take your hand away, it's off the floor. Now that is how I need it to engage, so that when you lift up, you don't arch your back, you're just using that tummy to engage in that. We're going to do, this is that easiest option. The harder option is to take your hands underneath your forehead and to lift up like that. Alright, so choose your position. We're going to do 6 of these, 5, 6, off we go. So pulling your core up, breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out and lift, breathing in. Really pressing that pubic bone to the floor. Breathing out, breathing in. Good. Got 3 more. Up and down. All with control. Make sure your tummy is pulling up towards your spine, away from the floor. Last one. Good. And relax. Excellent. So you can leave your head on your hands, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to do foot taps. So I'm just going to show you. You're going to actually raise your legs off the floor, and you're going to bring them together and open them. Together and open them. And this is a good way of you pressing that pubic bone into the floor, as well as those hip bones. And you're also going to be pulling up through that tummy. So looking down with your head on your forehead on your hands. Relax those shoulders. We're going to engage lifting up those legs. They're going to go out to the sides of your mat. Then you're going to bring them together and then open. Together and open. And remember, you're breathing at the same time. And open. That's 3. Together and open. Squeeze those glutes up together and open. That's 5. Together. That's 6. And bring them together and lower and relax. Excellent, well done. Alright, let's go into a child's pose position. Taking yourself up, back into child's pose, reaching forwards, really enjoying that stretch through our spine. Relaxing those elbows, taking our head to the floor. Take a lovely deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Good. Coming up. Alright, we're actually going to tuck our toes under. We're going to go into a roll, we're rolling back up the way we did when we came down. So you're going to tuck your toes under, come into a standing position on your feet, keep those legs bent, and one vertebrae at a time you're going to be lifting yourself into a standing position, keeping your chin tucked in, and it comes up last. Well done. Excellent. Oh, I hope you've enjoyed that. Just want to move the mat forward. What we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of just a deep breath in from the floor, taking ourselves up nice and tall, reaching nice and tall, and I want you to just stretch to the right slightly, come back to centre, reach to the left slightly, come back to centre, bring those arms back down. Just want you to just come back, bring your feet in, take them into that V, take them out. Let's just work and just remember to feel that posture, making sure that those knees and those hips are over your ankles, pulling up nice and tall, shoulders are up and back. And just think about your posture during the day. If you need to do something like this regularly in order to get your shoulders back, and so that you're not constantly looking down as we do on our phones and on our computers all the time. But I hope you enjoyed that. Give yourselves a big clap and shuffle things around, make sure such things feel really good. And have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.